Hi viewers, The Life of Muthu తమిళ్లో సూపర్ బ్లాక్ బస్టర్ అయింది. సో తెలుగులో కూడా రిలీజ్ అయ్యి చాలా పాజిటివ్ వ్యూస్ వస్తున్నాయి. మనతో మాట్లాడడానికి డైరెక్టర్ గౌతమ్ మెనన్ గారు ఉన్నారు అండ్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ సిద్ధి ఇడాని ఉంది. సో లెట్స్ టాక్ విత్ దెమ్. హలో సార్, కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. తమిళ్ ఫస్ట్, అక్కడ తెలుగులో కూడా చాలా పాజిటివ్ రివ్యూస్ వస్తున్నాయి. యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ అప్రిషియేషన్ నేషనల్ వైడ్. అభిషేక్ బచ్చన్ గారు, ఎవ్రీవన్ వాస్ ట్వీటెడ్. సో లెట్స్ షేర్ యువర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అండ్ ద హ్యాపీనెస్.
I'm very happy. Also, the idea was to make sure a lot more people see the film. Today, with the whole, pan-Indian sort of approach to every film. One thing I decided, I wanted this to go out as a Tamil film everywhere else.
Okay.
And Telugu should have like a version. So that's what we've done. Because I have made films here and the audience here knows my work from earlier, and I thought this would be an important film for them to also experience. But with everywhere else, we put it out as a Tamil film, which is why the idea of the trailer with people doing voiceovers in certain languages, like in Hindi, in Malayalam, in Kannada, but the rest of the trailer was in Tamil. So I thought it was a new initiative actually, and it went really well. I'm happy right now. If you ask me how I'm feeling, I'm very happy.
So initially you planned to release this movie in all the languages?
No, I didn't want to, because the story is sort of deep-rooted inside from Tamil Nadu, from a small village, how this boy travels and reaches Mumbai, right? So we wanted to make it as a Tamil film, but reach it to a larger audience with sort of, market the film across India and across the world with subtitles as a Tamil film.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said in a recent interview, nothing is impossible. So how does this impossible thing makes happen for you?
I think so can answer that better.
No, you should answer. You should answer first.
I
Then
don't
I'll
know.
ask.
Very honestly, it's just the zeal that is there within you to keep going on in life. And ups and downs are inevitable. That's bound to happen. And what you do with those ups and downs is what decides your future ahead. And I decided that I'm not going to settle with my failures. I said that I have that in me to kind of come back. And I think that was it. Just there was a change of mindset, there was a change of approach, and I think that change led me to serve. And then the rest is all in front of you.
Okay. Sir, when Jai Mohan sir told about you the script, so what made you to accept this film?
15 minutes of a short story is what he narrated. There was something about that 15 minutes, and then he had left it open to the reader's imagination, right? So, and I went to him saying, I want to make a low-lying sort of gangster film, like people at the bottommost ranks, they're not gang leaders or gang lords or big-time gangsters as yet. I want to make something on these lines. And he said, this story that I told you, we can easily get that into this area, he said.
Okay.
There was something very exciting about, seeing these characters unfold for me, per se. I wanted to film these characters straight away. And he said he knows a few people who've lived this life.
Okay.
So I said, sir, if you can just write it for me, then I will bring it, make it my own, visualize it, and I will make it into a film. And that's how we are here today.
So is it based on real incidents?
It's based on real incidents, based on one real person also.
Okay.
We didn't meet that person, but Jai Mohan, the writer, knows him.
He knows about that person, where and when exactly it was happened.
Yes.
You know when and where it was exactly?
No, I didn't ask beyond the fact that I was listening to something that I wanted to film immediately. But he said this is based on true events. There is a place like this, and there are people who've lived this life. And there is one person who he wouldn't want to reveal himself. I'm also not saying this because we've never mentioned that it's a true life story at all till today. We've not talked about it because I didn't want that idea to be put out that's like we're marketing the film, But only Jai Mohan sir knew who this person is, and this character arc is based on that person's life.
Okay. Then why Jai Mohan sir wanted a new face for this?
Because star comes with his or her own
lot of
trappings,
expectations,
right?
yeah.
So you watch a film with a star's sort of repertoire of work,
yes.
and you know that he's capable. There's a screen image that a star has, right? A star can easily bash up a few people. Why should we be bothered about the small things that happen in a gangster sort of a setup? But a boy who travels from a village, who doesn't have that image about him, might get affected when he sees somebody washing blood off their hands, might get affected if he sees a knife being taken out, and somebody sitting in an auto with a knife next to him. He might wonder, I might be scared if I look at a knife with somebody, you know, looking like that, carrying a knife next to me. So we wanted somebody who won't have those trappings of a star.
Okay.
So he said, let's get a newcomer to do this role. But I said, I will make Simbu the newcomer. I'm very confident that he will pull it off. You know, so once Simbu gets into the skin of the character and portrays that character, when you watch the film from frame 1, you'll forget it's Simbu and you'll only be with Muthu. And that's what he's done, I think, so beautifully.
Okay. Tell something about your character and that your real life and real life character was. Is there any similarities? How it is connected for you?
Interesting. So, Pavani, in the life of Muthu, she is basically a Tamil girl. She's born and brought up in Bombay, and all her life she's been there. So, what happens when you stay in a city like Bombay, which is so fast-paced, you automatically cultivate a very hard exterior. Also because of certain circumstances in her life and all of that. But what I have come to learn about this character is that she might portray to be this really like hard exterior, but from inside she has that innocence, that little bit of timidness in her, and I like the way Pavani surrenders to Muthu. I think that to me was a very special aspect of this film. Talking about how similar it is to my real life, well, I don't think it is very similar.
Okay.
But what I can take back from this character definitely is the fact that she is very calm and composed. There is this elegance in her, and that elegance is very internal because of the way Sir writes his characters. It doesn't matter whether they're poor, rich, middle class. There is an internal elegance with which she conducts herself, you know, with the way she carries herself. And I think that is something that I take back from Pavani.
How many times that you auditioned for this character?
How many times? I think it was just one morning dialogue.
Audition?
Huh.
No.
No.
It was like
She came in the morning.
Acha, okay.
And we got her dressed in
There is no
clothes.
audition.
No, there was no major audition.
Okay, okay.
Because we were doing a scene that day, I asked one of my chief ADs to sit with her and just
Okay.
explain the dialogues.
Okay.
And it was a dialogue heavy scene. Actually, she had all the lines in that scene. Simbu just had to say.
She
who,
told
what,
without
why,
prompting
all
all the dialogues?
Yeah. So she's very good with the lines. So she
Okay.
took the lines that time we gave her, and I think we straight away did that scene.
Yeah.
And it was after that we did all the rehearsals for the later scenes.
Actually, for me, this seemed like an audition because I didn't know what's happening until
Okay.
after doing the scene with Simbu.
Okay.
sir.
You don't know about the story and line, anything?
No, I think that was not important to me at all.
Okay,
Just the fact
okay.
that I'm getting an opportunity to work with him, with Simbu sir, with Mr. A.R. Rahman is more than enough for me to just say yes.
So I hope you're happy about
Don't
I'm
that.
extremely happy.
Don't you feel nervous because you working with Gautham Garu and Simbu Garu? The first day, first shot, did you remember?
No, she wasn't nervous.
I wasn't.
You was not nervous?
No, the thing with me in general in life is that I work best under pressure. I
super.
prefer not taking dialogues beforehand. I prefer
Okay.
taking it on the set because that surrounding that situation, no? Because your focus is completely on that particular moment. So there's nothing to distract you. And the
Okay.
same thing happened, and actually very honestly when I got to know that I'm doing this kind of a, maybe an audition for me in the morning, I was like, dude, I have to do 200% justice to it because opportunities like this don't come knocking
Yes,
at your
yes,
door
yes.
twice.
True. We
So
have
I was
to
like,
go.
I have to kill it, and I just went with that intention.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that was, it is, I think, perhaps the most special day for me because I've come in the morning and the evening I'm doing the scene with Simbu sir, and then after that I went to Gautham sir.
Gautham
and I
sir.
asked him, I said, sir, was it okay? Am I selected? And he's like, I just did a scene with Simbu and you. I mean, what do you mean?
And they told you one day shoot, and after the shoot got cancelled, you felt very nervous because they are going to place someone.
I got, actually Simbu sir's health was not okay the next day or something. So I was like, oh my god, maybe.
Then
was
you
not
called
sure.
to Gautham sir.
I called Preeti and I asked Preeti, I said, everything's okay, right? Like it's not my issue. She's like, no, don't worry, it's all good. You come back, we'll continue shooting.
Okay. Sir, you changed the definition of STR meaning. తనకు ఒక నేమ్ ఉండేది లైక్ మీరు సింగిల్ టేక్ రాజా అని చేంజ్ చేసేసారు. సో ఇది మీరు ప్రీవియస్ తనతో వర్క్ చేసినప్పుడే ఫిక్స్ అయిపోయారా లైక్ హీఈస్ లైక్ సింగిల్ టేక్ రాజా అని?
Yeah, he is that for sure. Like from Vinitandi, and then I made Achcha Menon Manameda, and in this film, I know what he's capable of for sure.
Okay.
Like I can push the envelope anytime with him, and I know he will completely melt into, you know, what I want him to do. And he'll give it to me with no effort, with minimal effort. I mean, there's
Okay.
no rehearsal, reading time. Let me
వితౌట్
internalize the
రిహార్సల్
lines.
అదంతా చేయకుండానే
Yeah. He's actually very raw in that first take,
Okay.
and you should just grab that. You know, so too much of rehearsal is not right, I feel. And even lines and all, you know, it doesn't take too much of time. And there's a way that we get the lines done with him. We know that with each other. He'll read the whole scene. He'll look at me. I'll say yeah, and then we just take the shot. And then,
Okay.
honestly, it's all single takes. It's like
Yeah.
you know, unless there's some issue with the camera work or some light or something, we do another take. Or if it's an action sequence for perfection, you know, for it to be in that perfect zone, we might try a couple of more takes. But otherwise, with performance and delivery and you know, the way he sort of plays that particular moment, it's all in single takes. I mean, everybody
హౌ
knows
డస్ ఇట్ పాసిబుల్ లైక్ 5 minutes యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్స్ అండ్ 2-3 minutes ఇద్దరి కాంబినేషన్ లో సీన్స్ కూడా సింగిల్ టేక్ లో ఎలా
that
పాసిబుల్
was rehearsed over 4-5 days because
Acha, okay.
Simbu didn't rehearse it. We rehearsed it for 4-5 days, the action sequence, because a lot of things had to fall. So with the fighters and with the camera, we rehearsed it over 5 days because it starts from downstairs, it goes into, then it goes up the stairs, it goes outside the building and comes inside the camera, you know. So we rehearsed it one day before Simbu came.
We were shooting and there was a bike
Scooter,
scene,
okay, bike, okay.
where I was sitting behind Simbu sir and I get really scared of bikes, so I was
Okay.
like, very conscious and I was wearing a sari.
Okay.
So I had to sit
You need to
sideways.
sit properly
Yeah, I
then.
had to sit sideways and like I said, Pavani is very elegant. So she sat and Simbu sir didn't realize that I have not sat completely, so he's just
Okay.
started the bike.
Okay.
And I remember I jumped off the bike and it was kind of funny.
Okay.
Because he's like, Ninga action director Madri. He's telling me, you only do the action scenes in the next part.
సూపర్
So yeah, but other than that also with Simbu sir, I think sharing screen space with someone who's such a fabulous actor, no, it's very challenging for me or anybody, whoever, if not me, because he is recognized as a spectacular actor. Everybody is aware of that. So I had to do my 10,000% because the eyeballs are obviously going to be on Simbu sir.
Yes,
Now what can
obviously.
I do just so that they can probably look at me and then look at him and then look at me, look at him. So it was very, very challenging, but I hope I've done justice to it.
సార్ why you always choose like expensive stylish cotton dresses for all your heroines?
Do I? I mean, she's wearing something but
I think the previous costume was, I guess, little bit of cotton. You
Did
I
you?
have
yeah.
nothing to do with how she wears her clothes.
No, I am not asking about promotion. I am asking about films.
So
like
in
your
this
previous
film, she
films.
plays a girl who works in a clothes store, a very modest living sort of thing, house and everything. Father and a stepmother, we've suggested. So I think the clothes are accordingly, and within that, like she said, there is an elegance about her. There is a little bit of, not a little bit, a lot of classiness about her within that environment where she lives. She's a dreamer. She wants to move out. She wants to break free, but there is a father who's holding her back, and that's why she's always on that parapet, looking out, dreaming, right? So somewhere that was suggested, and I think we kind of dressed her accordingly. I thought, you know, there was no everything. I think you see, costume design shouldn't stand out.
Okay.
It should blend and merge with the film. That's what is styling and costume design. I think in this film, it's right up there. You know, I have to mention this because nothing stands out because it blends and merges with the rest of the frame. There was a lot of work that we did. The color palettes were like Rajivan Uttara, myself and Siddhartha, we sat down
You
and figured
also
out.
into costume?
Yeah, I mean, it comes to me. There's a lot of discussion that goes into what the colors will be in the film, what palette we'll be working with. We won't do this, we won't do that. They won't wear black, you know, stuff like that we discussed. And it's always shown to me, it's approved. And then if you see Simbu's shirts, an interesting combination of patterns on his shirt actually. And if you go and look at people who work in these places, they wear shirts like that.
Okay.
You know, and what she wore also I thought was very apt with, you know, what the mode of the scene was and the characters were. So I think we've really cracked it with that.
And there was a lot of mismatching happening. It's not like it's coordinated.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
whatever is available, but within what is available, how can you make it good? Also, I'd like to add the fact that there's a lot of unlearning that happens because as actors and especially actresses, you come with a preconceived notion that, oh my god, my lipstick has to be this color,
Yes,
my
yes.
mascara, my eyeliner. But with Sir, what happens is there's a lot of unlearning that happens. and it like rips you off what you believe is ideal beauty.
ఓకే
To me, very honestly, I don't think I've ever looked this beautiful. I feel like in this particular film, I've looked the most beautiful, and that's because I'm looking my most natural self. And I think that's what, even with Muthu's character, you
Okay.
won't see Simbu, the star, you will see Muthu.
ఓకే
Yeah.
సార్ సో సీక్వెల్ కూడా రెడీగా ఉందా మీకు? నెక్స్ట్ పార్ట్ స్టోరీ అంతా రెడీగా ఉందా?
Yeah, the plot points are ready.
Okay.
We're working on it.
సో అది కూడా బేస్డ్ ఆన్ రియల్ ఇన్సిడెంట్స్
Yeah, so it's the idea of making a sequel and taking his journey forward is not to make an outlandishly wild, stylish, big film. It's going to be an emotional drama. I'm aiming to make, and if I can achieve that, I'll be very happy and proud. I'm aiming to make a Nayagan. I'm aiming to
Okay.
make what Godfather was.
ఓకే
So it's an emotional drama. It's not going to be an unnecessarily commercial film. That's what we're trying to make with the sequel.
సార్ లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, ఇఫ్ నాట్ సింబు, డూ యూ చూస్ ఎనీ అదర్ హీరో ఫర్ దిస్ క్యారెక్టర్ ఇఫ్ నాట్ సింబు?
For this film, no.
నో, ఓన్లీ ఫర్ సింబు?
Right now, I can't say, and I can't see it also happening.
ఓకే, సో ఆల్ ద వెరీ బెస్ట్ సార్. హోప్ఫుల్లీ పార్ట్ 2 కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో అండ్ ఆల్ ద వెరీ బెస్ట్. ఇది ఈరోజు ద లైఫ్ ఆఫ్ ముత్తు టీమ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. దిస్ ఈజ్ రమ్య సైనింగ్ ఆఫ్.